I'm Duke from Infozone Intelligence. Here at Infozone, we specialize in developing tools for data analytics with a focus on the healthcare and pharmaceutical industry. Right now, we're living through a vulnerable time period brought on by the coronavirus pandemic. For better or worse, many of us did not anticipate living through a culturally shaking moment in history. Naturally, most of us are looking towards the global community for an answer on how soon a vaccine will come out. A big question in the room is how far we've advanced in finding a solution for the coronavirus, and here at Infozone, our first thought was to look at the data. And to that end, I'd like to present a brief overview of the global progression in coronavirus clinical trials through a ClickSense-powered app that we've built here at Infozone based on data hosted by the National Library of Science and Medicine. It's no secret that the number of global COVID-19 cases have exploded exponentially within the past few months, but has our response to the explosion been timely enough? How far along are we in our development in a drug and our understanding of the coronavirus? If we look at the number of studies put out against the number of confirmed cases, we can see that research efforts have trended in response to the severity of the pandemic. Globally, America leads the pack in the number of coronavirus clinical trial studies that's been initiated with public information out, with France coming in second. But overall, most studies are only at phase 2. Meaning research efforts have been prompt, but we're still at the beginning stages, as news outlets agree on. And in fact, if we select phase 2 like so, our app filters the data loaded from the backend. We can see that the growth in studies moving onto phase 2 nearly matches the trend in reported COVID cases. Naturally, a lot of these studies are being reported on the news. There's been a lot of buzz over the drug hydroxychloroquine. After selecting it, we can take a look at how much interest there's been in developing this drug. Right now, it's been a premier name in the drugs being pushed to the forefront, and as we might have anticipated, the data seems to back up our perception of it, with the US pushing the most studies out and the number of studies released has outpaced the growth of the coronavirus. Now let's take a look at some of the phase 3 drugs, which are drugs that are in the final laboratory testing stage. With our app, it's possible for us to probe around the research landscape to see which drugs have been receiving a lot of attention from sponsors. Recently, the drug remdesivir has made news for being one of the few drugs in development that's reached phase 3. Here, we see that Gilead is just one of many organizations in the race with pushing remdesivir to its next stages. Let's take a closer look into what each of these sponsors have published. Here, we can look broadly at the different results we've been getting with remdesivir. Or we can isolate research results among remdesivir sponsors. But these are global results. For American users, we might be concerned with how the US has been performing in remdesivir's development. When we select the US on the map here, we have the option of drilling down on the state level. Here we see that in the US, California is leading the pack in developing remdesivir. And just like that, we can preview any drugs that's been on the news or sponsors, and probe into the finer details behind the studies developing these drugs, all the while having some data to contextualize these study results.